Get your hands up.
Ooh. What a right! Where are the others? Let's get going. Ghosty!
Give me that. Don't be sitting on my notes. Oh, hi gang. Taz decided to help. This week, I am properly dressed for the type of film we're going to look at. A Mexican Luchadora film. Yes. Give me that too. Doctor of Doom, the first in a beloved but short-lived series of two tag team female wrestlers, Gloria Venus and Golden Ruby, and also the first wrestling film to feature horror elements, beating out El Santo. You keep this up, I'm going to lock you out. Serious now. Anyways, it's directed by Rene Cardona, who directed many Santo films like Santo and the Lost Treasure of Dracula, and would remake this film as Night of the Bloody Apes. Now, the film stars two non-wrestlers as wrestlers, but you know that's how that goes. The first one is Lorena Velasquez, who before this was in Ship of Monsters and Santo versus the Zombies. She was also in Santo versus the Vampire Women as the Queen of the Vampires. Now, along with this film, she made two others. Wrestling Women versus the Aztec Mummy, probably one of the best known titles, and She Wolves of the Ring, which unfortunately had to do with gangsters instead of werewolves. She also made The Diabolical Axe, Planet of the Female Invaders, and The Witch's Attack. Now playing her partner, Golden Ruby, is Elizabeth Campbell. She was an American actress who worked down south. She was also in Planet of the Female Invaders, and she actually stayed with the series for one more film of the wrestling women, the Panther Women, but again, that was with a new actress instead of Velasquez. She was also in Paco a Go-Go, or I'm sorry, Acapulco a Go-Go, Operation 67, The Chinese Room, and The Phantom Gunslinger. Playing our heroes, we have Armando Silvestri. He was in several of the Neutron films. Now, Neutron, although as a masked wrestler superhero, was not a real masked wrestler. He was someone created for the film series, a lot of films. And Silvestri was in Neutron and the Black Mask, as well as Neutron versus Dr. Cardante. He was also in Santo versus the Zombies, Batwoman, which we've reviewed here some years ago, and the Night of the Bloody Apes. Now, his sidekick is played by Chuco Salinas. And he was in a couple of Neutron films as well. He was in Neutron versus the Maniacs and Neutron battles the Karate Assassins. We also have Roberto Canado. Canada. And he was in a couple of Santo films as well. Santo versus the Strangler, as well as Santo versus the Ghost of the Strangler. He was also in a film called Terror, Sex, and Witchcraft, and was also in Batwoman. Batwoman was also a Rene Cardona film. Now we open the way all good horror films should open. That's right. Should always open your horror film with a little matte action. Well, that was another victory for Gloria Venus. We also learned that her sister Alice, that was the one we saw watching her from the ring, was there, and they discussed the series of female abductions that's been going on. Why are they being abducted? Well, I'm glad you asked. Yep, brain transplants. Fortunately, she doesn't prove strong enough or whatever and dies. It's another setback. His assistant suggests maybe it's because they've been using low-educated women of the streets. Perhaps someone of an educated profession might be more able to stand this procedure. What? Although if you're putting a new brain in, I don't see what the intelligence of the former brain had to do with it. But that's neither here nor there. Oh, he has had one successful operation, but it's not quite what he was doing here.
My greatest achievement so far. Half man and half beast.
But doctor...
Yes, I know. I've done what no one else has been able to do. I've transplanted a gorilla's brain into a living human being.
Zoinks!
Yep. He's put a gorilla's brain into a human body, which has caused the human body to start to morph into a more animalistic appearance.
What?
Luckily, he's able to control it with hypnotic suggestions and probably some chemical things too. Don't know if that's scientifically accurate either, but that's neither here nor there. The question is, where to find someone of a intelligence fit for their experiment. Oh, I almost forgot where Alice works.
Run an analysis on this. I'll be back for it.
I'll get to work on it, Professor.
Fine, thank you.
Oh. She works in a lab. That's intelligent. Now, the goons that the masked doctor employs, they're not too thrilled about getting another woman so soon. You know, cops are kind of getting close. They're getting roadblocks put up, but that's okay. He's outfitted Gomar with a bulletproof mask and chest plate so that he can take care of any problems they run into. So, it's time to make another abduction. pretty slick. But there was a police roadblock set up. Good thing they brought Gomar with them.
All right. We'll call it a draw.
Works pretty well. Unfortunately, they get her back, and she proves no more successful in this type of operation than the previous ones.
Oh, the humanity.
Maybe it's not the brain. Maybe it's the body. Maybe they need someone athletic who has enough strength to be able to withstand the operation. Wherever could they find someone like that? Oh, let's meet our hero detective. His name is Mike.
Yes.
I'm from headquarters. I'm sorry that it's my duty to bring you this bad news, miss.
I don't understand.
It's your sister.
Is she sick?
She suffered a very bad accident.
Alice was hurt?
Would you accompany me, please?
To the doctor?
To identify her.
Nice way to ease into that there, Mike. Why don't you just blurt out, "Hey, we found your sister with her brain missing. You want to come identify it?" Anyway, she does identify the body, and then Mike, with his sidekick Tommy, and Gloria, go to talk to Alice's boss.
Last night, Alice left much later than usual. I offered to accompany her to her house, but she said she'd go alone. She said she would go in a taxi. This thing is just horrible.
Yes, it's all just a big mystery. Well, Mike and Tommy go about the usual police business of trying to trace her footsteps. And Gloria goes back to training for her next match. But she gets to meet someone very special.
I'd like you to meet another young lady who's spent many years in the wrestling game. She's come here today to join you. This is Golden Ruby. Ruby, I'd like to take this opportunity to introduce you to our star wrestler, Gloria Venus.
Yes, Golden Ruby. And after they've gotten to know each other, and she's learned of Gloria's sister, it soon becomes apparent that they are new best friends.
Are you staying nearby here, Ruby?
At the Splendid Hotel. Why?
My new apartment is large, and you must be lonely. I thought maybe you'd like to come and live there.
I'd be delighted to.
Gee, just like that. Known each other, what, 10, 15 minutes? And already they're rooming together and the best of friends. Well, it's a good thing, because their next match, their first as a tag team, is a triumphant. And then, of course, they get some visitors backstage.
I'd like to introduce Mike Henderson and his assistant here, Tommy Johnson, the Golden Ruby.
Hello there. How are you?
Delighted.
Not as delighted as I am, sweetheart.
I like to think that you killed a man. It's the romantic in me.
I know what you're asking. What the heck's the professor doing there? Good question. And he has a good reason.
Yes, I remember that she spoke about a boy that she was seeing on occasions. After work, I guess.
Did she tell you his name, sir?
No. But I thought that might help you a little.
A little or a lot, it's still something.
It's possible. Many thanks, Professor.
This just about solves the mystery.
Aha! Time for more police work. Unfortunately, it leads to about what you would expect.
Alice's fiance came in, and we questioned him, too. He's completely clean. And besides, he's broken up about her murder.
I thought it'd turn out to be a bust. And not a police bust kind of thing, either. Well, of course, doctor. he must have read about his last victim, and it probably would have mentioned her sister was a champion wrestler. So, of course, he sends some men out on a mission to bring her in.
I've had worse.
Well, guess that didn't go as planned. Perhaps maybe the doctor should have warned them they were wrestlers. Anyways, after informing Mike and Tommy of this, they all confer and agree. They'll let themselves be abducted next time, and Mike and Tommy will follow them and grab the guys. Next abduction is a success. And Mike and Tommy do follow them. And they get discovered. And we get another free-for-all.
Tis but a scratch.
Good thing they're with them, huh? Anyways, they capture the Mad Doctor. Let's see who he is.
So it's you.
Who the heck is that?
Professor, the medicine you ordered a few weeks ago finally got here. Can you check it now?
Oh, yes. I'll go out and sign for it. Thank you, Boris. Thank you. Alice, I'll say more about this later.
This just about solves the mystery.
Boris, the assistant? I'd have never thought of him, especially considering he was only in one scene up till that point. I can't believe he's the baddie, considering this film's only about half over.
Are you the Mad Doctor, yes or no?
No, another man killed those girls.
Then, where is he?
He escaped.
Ah, he was the doctor's assistant. Knows his role. Professor's assistant, Doctor of Doom's assistant. Well, maybe he can tell who the Mad Doctor is.
There's no danger, tell us. Don't you know you're surrounded by the police?
The Mad Doctor is...
I'm not dead.
Talk about your luck. He must have had a heart attack.
Inside this cylinder here, there's a very powerful firing mechanism that fired a tiny little poisoned needle. And this morning the coroner located that needle in the man's heart. The killer had that little weapon locked in his teeth and he had to bite down to fire it.
Poison needle. They should be able to figure out who the real Mad Doctor is. All they have to do is line up the trajectory and whoever was standing there is your man.
See, the needle entered his body at a fantastic velocity. But it wasn't the blow against the heart that murdered the individual. The poison took a second to get to the brain. He had sufficient time to turn around, and that means he was in another position when the needle struck.
Disappointing. But hey, they've narrowed down the suspect list to about 10 or 12 people. Anyways, the Mad Doctor himself, he still wants Gloria for his experiment. But first, he needs to get rid of those detectives so they don't interfere again.
This is Professor Wright, Captain. I'm calling you because my house was attacked by the men of the Mad Doctor.
The Mad Doctor, you say? Are you sure you're all right?
Yes, Captain, but could you come to my house immediately? Do me that favor.
I'll be directly there, sir.
Oh, clever. Well, of course, Mike and Tommy walk right into the trap, and they're quickly abducted and taken away. The professor was told, don't move for 10 minutes. But as soon as their car's gone, he immediately calls the girls, but They don't know where they've been taken. He doesn't know where they've been taken. It's bad. Even worse, once they get taken to the doctor, he puts them into a special room.
What's this?
You know, I'm beginning to think this guy likes movie serials. Kind of like I do. But you see, earlier, I skipped over a scene where, because they knew the girls would be abducted again, they gave them watches. Two-way radio watches. Mike and Tommy have the same thing. So they contact the girls, and they send out a signal that the girls can follow. And guess where it leads them?
Thanks. But this is impossible. This is the same place where we captured Boris the other night.
What?
Brilliant! Absolutely brilliant. No one would have expected them to go back to the exact same place they were using. Or, more than likely, they just didn't have the budget to get a completely new set. Well, let's see if they managed to free them from their inescapable doom trap.
Hi, keeper.
Those henchmen are certainly becoming a nuisance. Well, let's see if they can get rid of them in time to save the boys.
Gloria, Ruby,
We can hear you. How'd they get you in there?
there's a button on the floor. Step on it. It's underneath the lever. Help me. Help me get him down.
Whoa, 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 whoa. You telling me they were holding off that moving wall by putting Tommy in between it? Wow. You know, even Columbia in its last days of serial making, don't think ever tried that. Well, of course now we got to deal with that mad doctor.
The laboratory is going to blow up very soon.
Jim Carter.
Okay, well, he's done for then. And must be the end of the movie. Pity we didn't learn who he was, but you know, maybe there's a sequel and there's still 20 minutes to go. Yeah, he's rescued by Gomor before the building blows up. Everybody thinks he's dead. And hey, might as well see who the madman is. I think we all kind of guessed it anyways by this point.
See you very soon, Gloria.
So long, Professor.
I'll keep that promise to you, young lady. And then... vengeance. My vengeance.
Precisely, Robin. The only possible meaning.
Yeah, it was the professor. The only other option. I mean, nobody else really stood out, and he's always around. I know what you're thinking. How's he going to get his revenge? Well, he just happens to have kidnapped a female wrestler and transplanted Gomor's brain into her.
Destroy that table there. Do as I say! Tremble, Gloria Venus! Tremble!
The Fiend! Now we get to the next phase of his plan.
She's from Paris, and she uses a mask. She hides her identity, but her name is Vendetta. And through her public relations man, she has challenged our present champion, Gloria Venus.
Ooh, brilliant plan. Of course, his creation, Vendetta, has no mind of her own. He has to give her mental commands. So how's he going to be able to do that without everybody recognizing him as A, the professor, and B, the mad doctor? He's thought of that too.
Could you say why it is you hide your face behind that mask? It'll be very difficult for her to understand you. She doesn't speak English, I'm afraid.
Oh, she doesn't speak English. Well, I don't think that's a problem, considering they're in Mexico. Anyways, let's get to the main event. Looks like things are going bad. But then, Ruby spies one of the henchmen who she recognizes.
Oh, no, I'll talk. Vendetta used to wrestle with you all. Oh, her name is Carmichael. The mad doctor gave her tremendous strength. He took a gorilla's brain and transplanted it.
And she wasn't killed?
No. And Professor Wright, is working as her agent.
This just about solves the mystery.
Okay, things are coming to a head now. In order to save her friend, Ruby dives into the ring to take on Vendetta herself.
That's Professor Wright. He is the mad doctor. Now go get him and hurry.
Well, with that little bit of information popping out, the jig is up. The Professor and Vendetta make it outside and decide to do a little King Kong action and climb up a tower. Well, Mike, seeing his duty, follows them to try and reason with him.
Professor Wright, you'll gain nothing by staying here. Turn yourself in.
No! No! I know you're trying to get rid of us. What you want to do is to kill Vendetta. But I won't let you destroy my great work. My work! Listen!
I don't think they're going to listen to reason. Looks like it's all over for Mike. That is, unless we count that Tommy shows that he can be depended on in a tough situation.
Dog! You ruthless dog! You killed Vendetta! You destroyed my creation!
I'm not dead.
I think Tommy might have gotten a little overzealous there at the end. Anyways, he's a crack shot. Shall we get the poignant ending?
Oh, the humanity.
Well, our four heroes walk off, coupled out, on to more adventures with mummies, gangsters, and a Fu Manchu-style evil mastermind. But those are films for another day. Yeah, this is actually a pretty fun film. Pretty crazy. Very convoluted plot. Very episodic. You'd almost think it was a TV serial chopped up into film form, but it wasn't. It was an original film. But a lot of these wrestling luchador films are kind of like that, very episodic. You gotta pause the action to get more wrestling in there. You always gotta have a climatic wrestling match at the end, you know. Not always. The Aztec Mummy didn't, but still a lot of fun here. Pretty good cast. I think Valdez and Velasquez and Rampling, they have a good on-screen chemistry, as they do with their significant others that they develop throughout. And they do a pretty good job of faking in the close-ups of their wrestling prowess. A lot of good action. Great villain. Yeah, that was a great cackle he had there. Anyway, my favorite part of it all is the romance between Ruby and Tommy. Such a mismatched couple, and yet it works. I'll enjoy it.
And it's the romantic in me.
It was good in this one and in the sequel. Fortunately, I don't think the characters carried over. I don't know, I haven't seen the last two in the series. I've only seen the first two, but yeah, I really like Ruby and Tommy. That is just some great romantic comedy between them. Sort of Thin Man-ish with some arm holds thrown in. But like the Mad Doctor, very menacing. I love his look. Great look. You know, surgeon with all that stuff. The low budget doesn't hurt it too much. Very fast paced. Go more could have been used more, especially in the climax. He's just kind of tossed aside towards the end. He has like one scene where he takes out some police, and then another scene where he abducts the two girls, and that's it. Oh, and he rescues the doc towards the end, but then he gets his brain transplanted into Vendetta, and she gets more to do. She gets to get into the actual ring. But you are feisty today. What is up with you? I don't know about this guy. Here. Play with your cord. Play with your cord. That's so he doesn't chew on this one. Oh, go on. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, fun film. All of the Luchador films are kind of fun. This one doesn't have those slow spots that you sometimes get, except for the wrestling stuff. And even that is small bits until you get to the climactic one. Maybe a couple of minutes, the earlier matches. Unlike where you've got like a Santo film where you'll get like a 10-minute match every 20 minutes. But hey, people loved to see Santo in the ring. And since these weren't real wrestlers, it was probably just as well. Less cutting back and forth between the doubles and them. But to me, it helps. Keeps the pace pretty well. And some good plot twists. A lot of fake outs. Mystery isn't any great shakes. The actor playing the professor, he usually played bad guys. He played bad guys in the Santo movies. He played bad guys in Batwoman, so it was kind of obvious he was going to be it. But, doesn't take away from it. It's about all there is a fun, superhero-esque Luchadora movie. If you're a fan, you'll love it. If you're not, give it a try. You might have some enjoyment. Well, please hit like, share, and subscribe. And as always, stay after the credits for my favorite scene.
don't you worry, baby doll, because I intend to watch out for you.
Do you mean it, Tommy?
Mm-hmm.
I feel so safe and protected.